Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Lockout Lines Tessellation by Chinstrap, and I'm still including tessellations because nobody said that they really disliked having tessellation puzzles here. And I figure it matches enough of what you have in normal Sudoku so that it can be considered essentially a variant of variant Sudoku. So I'll keep doing that unless people start complaining about it. Here are the rules. We have tessellation, where we need to fill each cell with a digit from 1 through 9. Also, cells sharing an edge can't have the same digit. So whatever let's say this is a 7. The cells that share an edge with this 7 cannot be 7, obviously. Also, if you have eight cells surrounding a cell that share an edge with it, none of the 8 cells that share an edge surrounding this cell can be the same as that cell. We also have each horizontal row and vertical column contains a non-repeating consecutive set of digits, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in any order. So you could have 3, 6, 5, 2, and 4. This would be valid because essentially every row and column must form essentially a renban of non-repeating consecutive digits. And those are the rules for tessellation. And the distinguishing feature for this tessellation is lockout lines, where digits on a lockout line cannot be between or equal to the digits on the diamond endpoints. And digits on an endpoint must differ by at least 4. So, as an example, we could have something like 5, 9 here, and this being 2 and 4. And this would be valid because the digits in between the diamonds on this lockout line are not between the actual values of the digits that are on the edge, which are 5 and 9, right? And they're not the same either. They can't be the same. So you could not have something like 5, 4, 5, 9, because 5 is the same as 5 on the corner. You couldn't have something like 5, 9, 2, 9, or 5, 6, 2, 9, because 9 would be the same as one of the diamonds, and 6 would be between 5 and 9, so that would not be allowed. And you could not have something like, say, 6 here and 5, 2, 9, because the endpoints do not differ by at least 4. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, to make a renban with 7, it's either 5, 6, 6, 8, or 8, 9. So we know that. You cannot have 5 be on this lockout line. 5 is never going to be on a lockout line because you have to have a difference of at least 4 between the endpoints. That means it's either 1 and 5 at minimum or 5 and 9 at minimum. And you can increase the 5 from the 1 and the 5 to be 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9, or 2, whatever, up to 5, 9. But 5 can never be on this line, on the lockout lines at all. Because again, what set of digits would 5 not be in between that are 4 apart from each other? There is none, right? Obviously 1 and 5 and 9 is the minimum for 1 and 9, or the minimum or the maximum for 1 and 9. But the problem is that would be the same digit as one of the endpoints, right? And if you increase the 5 from the 1, so you had 1 and 6, 1 and 7, 1 and 8, or 1 and 9, or if you decrease the 9, going now 4, 9, 3, 9, 2, 9, or 1, 9, the problem is 5 is going to be in between. So 5 can never be on one of these lines. Oh, that's interesting. We know in every 5-length Renban, you're going to have a 5. So we're guaranteed 5 has to be one of these two. We are guaranteed then also this has to be either 6, 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9. So these digits have to be between, it's either 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, or 2, 6, 2, 7, or 3, 7. So again, you could have 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 2, 6, or 2, 7, or 3, 7 for these. So this cannot be 6, 7, or 8. Or sorry, it can't be 7 or 8 here. So this could be 1 through 9, 1 through 5, 6, or 9. This cannot be 7 or 8. So this is also 1 through 9. Okay, so what digits cannot be on this lockout line? 1, 5, 1, 6, or 1, 7 are the endpoints, which means 3, 4, and 5 cannot be on the lockout line there, aside from the normal ones. Actually, 1 through 5 cannot be. 2, 6, 2, 7 means 3, 4, and 5 also can't be on the lockout. 2 through 5. And 3, 7 means 3 through 5. So 3 through 5 can never be on this lockout line here. One of these, so 1 out of 6 or 9 is here. And they both see these cells. So at least one of the lows has to be here. And it could be both lows, but it doesn't have to. It has to have at least one. Because either this is 7, 8, 9, which could make this 6 with 1 or 2 here, or this is 6, 7, 8, which could have a 9 with a 1 or 2 here. But you have to have a 1 or 2. So this cannot be 1, and this cannot be 5 then. You can't have 1 and 5 here. Oh, 5 could have actually been one of these two. Could have been here also. But we've proven that it can't be there, because we need at least one low digit here. And it could be both low digits, which would force us to be 3 and 7, which is interesting. Oh, this cannot be 6, 7, 8. If this is 6, 7, 8 now, this is at minimum 2 and 6. So this has to be 8 and 9 here. Which means this is an 8, 9 pair. If we had 2 and 6 here, this would not work. Because you could not have any of 2 or 6 through here. You can't have any 7, 8, or 9 here. So, yeah, it cannot be 2 and 6. If we try to have 2 and 7, that doesn't work. Therefore, this must be a 3, 7 pair. So this is 3, 7 pair. 6 cannot be in the lockout line in between because it's between 3 and 7. So this is a 1, 2 pair here. So this must be 1 through... Ooh, it cannot be 7 here. If this is 7, you can't have a 5-length Renban with 1 and 2. So this must be 3, which forces this to be 7 here. Interesting. So this Renban's 1 through 5, or up to 3 through 7. And the thing is, this has to have a difference of 4 from this cell. I think it has to be a 3. Because we have to have 2 digits, which are beyond that. None of 3 through 7 is going to be outside of 7 and 3 unless this is 1, 2 as a pair. So this has to be 3. And this has to be 1, 2 as a pair outside because we have to have 1 through 5, 2 through 6, or 3 through 7. And if we have 3 through 7 on this lockout line, obviously none of them could be on the lockout line. So this must be a 4, 5 pair. These are lockout lines, and they both see 1 and 2. Cannot be between 3 and 7. It has to be an 8, 9 pair. So we have an 8, 9 pair here. We are guaranteed we have to have a 7 for this 3-length Renban. And it can't be here, so this must be 7 here. So this could be 6, 8, or 9 here. We're not sure. Remaining digits in remaining digits in row 3 have to be up to 6. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We have a 7-length Renban in columns 4 and 6. And columns 4 has to be 7, 8, 9. So therefore the rest is 3 through 6. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the row. So it's 4, 5, 6. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. On this 5-length Renban in row 7, it has to be 1 through 6 because we're guaranteed at least a 2. This can't be 1 or 2 or 3 because of the 1, 2, 3 triplet in the column. Remaining digits in column 5. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. It can't be 8, 9 because of the 8, 9 pair in the row. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. This can never be 9 because it would have to be with 7 and 8 guaranteed, and it can't be with... This is 6 at most here. One of these is a 3. We have 8 and 9 here, so this cannot have a 1 on this Renban. So no 1 is available, no 1 is available here. So this cannot be... It has to have an 8 here somewhere. So one of these two is 8. This can't be 7 or 8 then. So it's 1, 2, no 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7 or 8, or 9 is a possibility. This cell, so let's mark some cells. We're going to make this green and orange. So this must be orange here, which makes this green here. Okay. This has to be 3 through 9 here. Obviously no 8 and 9. We know 3 has to be one of these 3. This can't be 3. So 3 is one of these 2 cells here. We know 7 is one of these 2, 3 cells here. So this can never be 3 here. We know we need a 3 somewhere on row 7, but it could be either one of these 2. Um, we are guaranteed a 3 in... Interesting. Okay, we are guaranteed a 3 in row 4 because you have to have be at least 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It could be 2 through 8 or 1 through 7 also, but 3 has to be guaranteed there. So this is 3. We're guaranteed a 3 in one of columns 7 or 8. We are guaranteed another 3 in one of columns 7 or 8, which means this must be a Renban with a 3. This must be a Renban with a 3. So this can never have a 7 or a 6 here because one of these is 3. So it would have to be 1 through 5 here. And 3 cannot be here, and one of these is 3. This has to be 1 through 5, 2 through 6, or 3 through 7. Well, 7 cannot be either of these places, so we have 1 through 6, and this can't be 3. We need an 8 somewhere. Okay, so we have 3, 4, or 5 here. Again, 5 cannot be on a lockout line for the reasoning we talked about. 3 can only be on a lockout line if it's not 4 and 8, 5 and 9, or 4 and 9 as the edges. So if this is so I don't think you can have 4 and 6 be on the same lockout line, because if you tried, that would force it to be you can't afford 6 or 3 and 6 be on the same lockout line, because 3 could only be with on the lockout line between 4, 8, 4, 9, or 5, 9, which all 6 is in between. Same with 4. 4 can only be on the lockout line between 5 and 9, which 6 is in between. So this cannot be 6. This is 1, 2, or 4 here. So the lockout line, if you have 3, it has to be between 4 and 8, 4 and 9, or 5 and 9. If it's 4, it's obviously between 5 and 9. So this digit can never be... We don't have a 7 available for any of these digits. So this cannot include 8 or 9 here. Which means we have a 4, 5, 6 triplet, which eliminates 4, 5, and 6 in the rest of column 5, which forces this to be 8, 9, this to be 8 or 9. So this is either 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and those are the only possibilities. So we're guaranteed a 4 and a 5 here. That eliminates 4 and 5 here, so this must be 6, which means none of these can be 6. So this is 3, 4, 5. This has to be 3 then, which means this can't be 3 here. This can't be 6. This has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 2. That makes this 1. None of these could be 1. No 1, no 1. So this is 3, 4, and 5. We know this can't be 1 because it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because it's only 5 in length. Can't be 2 because of 2 in the row, so this must be 4, which makes this 3, which makes this 5 and 9 that it has to be between. So this is 5 and 9. This is 4. This must be 3 because that's the only place for it on this Renban. That makes this a 5 here. This can't be 5 here, no 5 here. This is 3, so this cannot be 3 here. There's no 3 here. Neither of these could be 4. This can't be 4 or 6, so it's 5, which eliminates 5 here, so that's 4. This is 5. This can't be 5, and this can't be 5 either. So this is a 6, 7 pair, which eliminates 6 and 7 in the surrounding, this cell here. This can't be 4 or 6. These can't be 4. No 5 here. Where's the 5 in row 3, which needs a 5 on this Renban? It has to be here. This is 5, which makes this 2. This has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 then. So this is 3 here. This is 6, that's 7. 5 cannot be here. 2 can't be either of these. So since 2 can't be either of these, this must be 3, 4, 5 as a Ren band, and this can't be 3 or 5. So this is 4, which makes this 5. Let's see. What else do we have? This can't be 2, 5, or 9. So it's 4 or 6 as a pair, which means this has to be 8 here. Since this is 8, the oranges have to be 9. The greens have to be 8. So this cannot be 8 here. This is 6 or 9. This cannot have a 2. So this is 4 or 6. To form a Ren band, this has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 2. This is 1. Okay, here we have 3. This is a 4, 6 pair. And this 4 eliminates 4 here. So this is 6, this is 4, which makes this 6, which makes that 4, which makes that 6, which means this can't be 6, that's 9, which makes this 8, and that a 9. And that's the solution. Fairly straightforward, actually. The lockout, I mean, part of it is you just have to know the lockout rules and how those work. But, I mean, I haven't done lockout lines in a long time. And so I was able to logic out most of it just by looking at it and figuring it out. So, yeah, I would consider this easy. Definitely easier than some of the other tessellations I've done, which were also considered easy. But, yeah, fairly straightforward. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.